Hello, and welcome to Victory Consulting. This is another of our free videos for you to use in your business to use as you see fit. It is not copyrighted and is open for share to anyone you wish to share it with. We also like your comments. If you have any questions where we can possibly be of help to you, please feel free to email us at victoryconsultingms@gmail.com. That is victoryconsultingms@gmail.com. The title of this article is called Don't Solve the Problem. No one in business is ever hired to cause a problem. In fact, you're hired to solve one, be you the business leader or an employee. This particular article was about how to fix the student loan debt disaster that we have in this country. Theodore Roosevelt is quoted as saying, "Complaining about a problem without offering a solution is called whining, and no one likes a whiner." Now, a while back, I wrote about this article, and I wrote about President Biden's plan to forgive student loan debt and how that was going to accomplish really absolutely nothing. Currently, at the time of this writing, the matter was before the U.S. Supreme Court, and they pretty much shot it down too. This is not a difficult solution to solve, but you do have to think outside the box. This is an example. My plan was to let the school, college, or university self-finance the students. It's not a completely new idea. LSU did it, and I think it can work. Here's how my idea works. First, the school offers to finance the school expenses in-house through use of a contract with the individual student, just like they would with any financial aid. However, instead of money, the school uses a credit for the expenses, such as tuition, books, other fees, meal plans, whatever. The student, in turn, agrees to pay the school back based on their income after they leave school for a certain period of time. Let's say 10% of gross income every year for 10 years. That will eliminate any bankruptcy issues. Or until the debt is paid in full, whichever comes first. Now, if the debt is not paid off after the 10 years, then the outstanding balance is simply forgiven by the school. If the student wants to pay the debt early, they can. There are several advantages to this, to the student as well as to the school, some of which include these ideas. Since the school wants to make their money back as soon as they can, they probably don't offer this option to students majoring in such frivolous degrees as something like Aboriginal studies or food politics. Those students will still be regulated to more typical funding schemes. This plan will require the school to be strategic in their courses and their degree offerings. For instance, the president of Baylor University may want to offer such a program to their law students. The president of Mississippi State University may wish to offer such a program to their engineering students. Even Delta State University, which is a small regional university in Mississippi, they may want to offer such a plan to their teaching students or education students. You get the point. This plan will also de-incentivize the school from offering various useless degree programs because of the increased potential for them to lose out on collecting the debt. I mean, let's face it, if the amount of money the school receives over time is directly tied to the income of the former students, it only makes good sense for the school to provide degrees that for students that offer as much success as possible and as quickly as possible. By reducing the number of frivolous degree programs, the school can better focus on quality education programs that provide real benefit to the student welfare. Put simply, the school can divert funds from revenue-losing programs and instead divert these funds to programs with degrees that better help and better align with the core values of the university and with the students involved. Now, since repayment will begin once they leave school, the student will be more apt to complete the degree requirements. Even though the repayment would be less based on the earned income and would thus not be as much early in their career as it would be later, there's an incentive for the student to earn the degree with prestige and real earning potential. Let's face it, Who wants to be paying college debt when your best job opportunity includes the phrase, "You want fries with that?" And finally, such a plan will provide long-term residual income for the school. Should the school rather have the money up front? Yeah, sure they would. But providing such a program would provide future revenue streams for the school that can be used for future planning. Known income coming in. There are disadvantages to this plan as well. Academic infrastructure and processes are some of the primary costs involved. Let me explain. Because people do not make as much money early in their career as they do in the later years, the repayments made right after leaving school will be less than they will be a few years later. If the promissory note signed includes an interest rate, that means the early payments of the debt will be more accrued interest, may even cause negative amortization. That's why this plan includes a time limit before the debt is simply dismissed or canceled. The financing structure will also be an incentive for students to pay the debt as quickly as possible. That means they'll be looking for jobs that pay a lot more money early in their career, instead of looking for jobs that offer other benefits that may be important to them later in life. And finally, the debt expiration aspect of this plan also means that the school will find it difficult to sell the debt. Therefore, they'll more likely have to employ their own finance people, their own finance team, to operate as a bank loan office. This will require the school to hire finance personnel, loan officers, accountants, legal professionals, collection officers, the whole thing, to operate and manage such a program. But then, such a program could easily be profitable. And the school could use facilities that formerly house the frivolous degree programs in order to save even more money for the institution. That reduces the downside risk of such a program. I think this plan can ultimately solve the student loan debt disaster. It would take time, thought, planning, and there are a lot of unintended consequences associated with this idea, a lot of which we don't even know about yet. But I still think it could work without the United States Supreme Court getting involved. That idea was an outside-the-box solution to a real problem that this country has. What kind of problems do you have? What's insurmountable to you? What big crises are you facing in your business? How do you solve it? What kind of ideas are you looking at? What should you be looking at? Think about it. Remember, you're not hired to create a problem, you're hired to solve a problem. And you're in business because you solve problems. I'd love to hear your comments in the sections below. Please give us your comments and please feel free to email us at victoryconsultingms@gmail.com with any other ideas. And if you need us, please let us know at victoryconsultingms@gmail.com. That's victoryconsultingms@gmail.com for one of our team members to contact you. Thank you.